In her satin tights, fighting for our rights and the old red, white, and blue. Who could I possibly be referring to? That's right, Wonder Woman. You're a wonder, Wonder Woman. You're a wonder. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm Ethan Van Sciver, your host, artist for DC Comics. And in that spirit, I am going to teach you guys how to draw Wonder Woman. Do you want to draw Wonder Woman or no? Do you? All right, let's go.
That's a direct order. Do it now.
Okay, so let's begin. Let's start with the nice head shape that we do. Oh, let's turn the fan off. Hear that? Yeah, let's get some quiet in here. All right, so let's start with this nice oval shape. And we're going to do it this way. Now see the chin here? Tilted to the side a little bit. That's nice. Okay. And we're going to kind of sketch in the neck. We're going to draw a line like this, starting here. That's going to go downwards a little bit, like so. Okay, that's the slip of her shoulders. And we're going to kind of indicate, this is what I like to do. I like to indicate where the rough shape of her hair is going to go before I get started. Okay, that's just very, very rough. We know where the top of her head is. All right, I'm going to go in here and we're going to draw a line from here to here. All right, and we're going to do another one that's parallel to it down here. See the room that we've left for the chin. And then we're going to come right around here and draw another line. We're going to then follow the shape. We're going to imagine this is three-dimensional, okay? We're going to kind of follow the curvature of that shape down like this, okay? How's that? All right? Now, I believe the DC superheroes are happy characters. So I like to draw the heroes smiling. I like to draw the villains smiling too, but in a different way, for different reasons. Villains are smiling because they're bad and they're enjoying hurting people. Wonder Woman smiles because she has a sweet soul. She's a kind and I wouldn't say gentle, but she's a kind and generous spirit who has fun. She has fun being a superhero. So we're going to do this kind of shape here. Okay, so we got to remember the way that eyelids fall over the eye. So here's the ball of an eye, and we have this kind of upward line, and then downward like this, and then this is more round. All right, like this. It just follows the shape of the eye. This eyelid is kind of bunched up, like so, and that's the general shape of an eye. All right, so we want to kind of keep that in mind when we're drawing eyes. We got to remember that there is an eyeball in there, and the eyelids kind of hug it a little bit. All right, we're going to draw a heavier line here and a heavier line there. Let's make some eyelashes. Let's find the other eye right over here. Now, because her head is tilted slightly to the side, this eye is going to be a slightly different shape. It's going to be a little bit shorter. We're seeing it in kind of perspective. Do you see what I mean? This line comes sweeping down like that. Okay. We're going to have Wonder Woman looking at us. I didn't sharpen my pencil from the last drawing class that we did. So let's do that now. We've got our lead holder See how dull that is? You don't want that. You can go sharper than that. You want to keep detail going. I'll keep our pencil nice and sharp and pointy. Yeah. Beautiful. That's much, much better. Now we can do way more detail. Okay. So, let's go in and do the other eye. And we'll fix that there. Okay, so now we see her eyes are looking at us. We're going to do eyebrows, okay? You see that? You see the distance? Drawing is nothing more than shapes and lines and measuring distances in your head. Ooh, that'll happen sometimes when you got a sharp tip. If you press down a little too hard, that's not a big deal. All right. So her eyebrow does this kind of a thing here. And it's thicker here, and then it gets thinner right around the corner. You can talk to women. Women, especially women who work in the beauty field, measure the shape and size of eyebrows. All right, there we go. And then we'll tell you, yeah, this is the point where you kind of pluck. Oh, in here too, you got to pluck here if there's anything excess going on there. All right, so let's go in here and let's draw some little tiny irises. And we will fill out the lashes on this side a little bit more. Okay. All right. Now, when drawing a woman's nose, you want to be very delicate. You want to be very subtle. You don't want to give her a nose like mine. You want to give her a nice tiny little button nose. I mean, you can give her a nose like mine if you'd like. It will look strange.
I love your nose.
Thank you, sweetheart. My wife just said, I love your nose. That's good. You're stuck with it. Okay, so, there we go. How's that? That's nice. All right, now we're going to go in here. Let's clean that up. And let's do a nice smile on Wonder Woman. Nice toothy smile. I'm going to start right back here. Notice the distance here. We're going to pull the edge, the corner of her mouth here, just past her nose on one side. And we're going to come down here, like so. Also remember one thing. Her head is slanted this way. We're following this kind of a line. All right. There we go. And we'll bring this corner up just a little bit. This is all very subtle. I mean, you guys have to be you can be slow about this. Take your time. And just make sure that you get things where you want them. See what I'm doing there? This is where her teeth are. Oh, very happy. Okay, we'll give her a little bit of a dimple there. Maybe on this side too. And then we're going to find the nice heart-shaped dip in her upper lip and bring that line all the way down. Be very, very careful. Same thing here. Okay, all right, that's wonderful. And we'll do the same thing for her bottom lip, making it a little bit heavier, a little bit more full than her top lip. And bring it all the way around with a little bit of a shadow underneath. Why not? Okay. And now we will indicate where her teeth end with a little black area there. Okay, so now is the point where we define where her chin is going to be and her cheek. We can lightly bring out this work here, our initial shape. And we're going to remember that this is going to be a line that slopes down and inward, okay? You know what I'll do sometimes is I will actually make little measurements. Instead of drawing one sweeping line, I'll just find certain points and connect them. I'll say, okay, so I want this part to be right about there, and I want her cheek here to be right about here, like that, and then I want her chin to be right down here. And then you can see it's like, all right, I've got the measurement all worked out. I know where things are. By putting little dots, little lines to follow. Okay, and I want the other side of her jaw to be right about here. And then we know. We can already see it. All we have to do now is just fill in the blank spaces there. Look at that. There's Wonder Woman's jaw. And we will connect this, come in a little bit, and then back out just a touch to form her chin. Okay. And then we will follow this cheek around. Look at that. That's terrific. We can already see. We can see our Diana beginning to emerge. And look at that. That's a heroic face. She's powerful, and she uses her powers to help people, and that makes her happy. It makes us happy too. Let's go ahead and find her neck a little bit here. Like that. Okay. Now we're going to draw her tiara. Now, her tiara has been shown in different ways over the years. There's a modern version that I think Jim Lee designed, and I think that's close to the one that's in the movie. We could do that if you'd like. I would have to call up a picture of it real quick. I think I'm going to do that. I mean, I always prefer like the very classic elements of DC superheroes. I would go back and draw the very simple one from the 1970s and 80s. But that would not be very current of me. So now I just Googled Wonder Woman, and I'm looking at, well, here we go. I mean, I'm looking at the tiara from the movie, so we could do that pretty easily. All right, that's what we're going to do, just to keep it current. All right, I'm going to draw a little line right here that sort of finds the middle of her forehead. See what I've done? And I'm going to decide how far I want the pointy end of her tiara to come down, and I'm going to say I want it to be right about here. Okay? And I'm going to draw one line up. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'm going to bear in mind that it's ever so slightly rounded, so you can see that this line's a little bit of a curve. This line has a very slight curve to it as well, going the other direction. And then I'm going to add this other part right here, and this other part right here, very subtly. And I'm going to wrap this thing around her forehead and into where her hair is going to be. See that? Because we've already decided that line here represents her hair. All right. So let's underscore that a little bit. Let's do another one there. And then let's do another one there. It's interesting. Her new tiara doesn't look very much like a W. It looks more like a V, which suits me just fine. All right, let's do this on the same side here. Same thing on the other side, I mean. All right. That's terrific. Very good. That's, dare I say, that's wonderful. All right, let's continue this V shape. On the other side. And it looks like there's an interesting star shape. It's not a traditional star. Let's see. It goes like this. And then there is a long point here. And a long point there. And littler points inside like that. And let's see, then it does this and this. This is very complicated. I really have to say, even though it looks pretty neat in the movies, simple to me is always better with superhero costumes. Her original tiara was simplified, and I don't know. I don't know if it's preferable to look at or not. It's certainly preferable to draw. All right, there we go. Should we do... I don't know, Wonder Woman doesn't really wear earrings anymore. That's very strange. She used to wear little stars in her ears or little red circles. And I like those, but not anymore. All right, so we've got the tiara in place. Her hairline is going to start right about here. This would be some kind of like a widow's peak. This is where her roots meet her scalp. And we've got that. And we are going to take this strand of hair right in the middle, and we're going to pull it all the way down, like so. Look at this. See that one sweeping line? And this is going to be the foundation of her hairstyle right there. Okay? We'll do the same thing here. We'll make it clear that this is the main... I don't know how you would say it. I mean, when you're drawing hair, you're thinking of various shapes and, you know, drawing just shapes. You don't want to draw strands of hair. So you're thinking about just shapes. Okay, so this is, as you can see, this nice S shape. And, you know, S shapes recur just because of the way hair kind of falls. It's planted here. It kind of goes up, and the weight of it will bring it down and then back out again. And that's kind of how most hair, that when you're drawing hair, that's how mostly it works. Samuel will go in here and we'll do another little kind of S shape. Everything is little S shapes. That's why Superman's spit curl is S-shaped. Alright, so we're just drawing. Even though her hair is black, we're going to deal with that later. Right now we're just we're finding the flow of her hairstyle. And she has kind of these loose curls. So, you know, you can do this. You can draw long hair that's hanging by the weight, and then it might curl at the bottom here. In some places, it might curl right here. Hair is very random. It's not, you know, especially on women with long hair, it's very rarely uniform. It all kind of falls in various ways, and that's why it's fun to draw and beautiful. So here's her part right up here, as you can see, kind of a part of her hair, and then we're going to bring it over like so, and we're going to do kind of the same thing. I'm going to have it cover a little bit of her forehead here, just a little bit, because it's riding the edge of her forehead. All right. And let's have like one right here. And then let's actually have one that kind of goes upward. One thing to think about is maybe there's wind that's blowing her hair around a little bit. Subtle breeze. Let's ground our heroes in a real world where there's weather and there are elements and they affect them. All right. And we're going to have some of this hair resting on her shoulders because of course it would. Some of it will fall behind her back and some of it will fall in front of her chest and her shoulders. And that makes it even more interesting. It's really fun to draw women with long hair. Alright, so here's the side of her head. Now, you notice the hair isn't going to hug her skull, because this is where her skull is. It's actually going to come out from where it's rooted, which is here. So it's going to hug tight right up top. But then it's going to come out like so. Okay? There we go. And we know that this is all kind of hanging straight down here. Let's do some more happy little curls right in here. That's nice. Let's add a little bounce, make it fun. I mean, I see Wonder Woman. Of course, she's an Amazon, and she is, just, I don't know, there's something kind of wild about her hair. It's well kept, don't get me wrong. But she is going to let it kind of bounce around a little bit. On the other side, we're going to kind of do the same thing. Hug the top of the skull, and then come out a little bit, like so. Alright. And then we know that this comes back in and finds the part. Alright, very good. How are you guys doing? Are you keeping up? I'm anxious to see what you guys come up with. It's wonderful to put up an anyone can draw lesson. And I try to keep these simple so that they're for beginners. And oftentimes, you guys lap me. The results that you show me on Twitter are just far above and beyond what I did. And I think that's great. I mean, if you are ahead of who I would consider to be the students of these anyone can draw lessons, great. Follow me along, draw what you want to do, go off on your own, be imaginative, and show me the results. I mean, the important thing is that you guys are drawing. Everybody needs to draw. It's great for you. All right. So let's find where the neck is in here. Let's kind of make this black. I'm going to give her not too slender of a neck. I mean, she's a strong woman, but we also want to keep her graceful and feminine. She's athletic, and she's tough. I mean, this is a woman who could beat up Superman, perhaps. But she's also absolutely beautiful, and we want to remember that. We want to be true to this idealized woman who I think any woman would want to be like. Just like any man would want to be Superman, any woman would want to be like Wonder Woman. For many, many different reasons. So we want to pay tribute to this character, this aspirational, heroic, wonderful character that's been around for 80 years. All right, there we go. And we are going to find her clavicle right there. And isn't that nice? All right, so we got this. Now we got to decide what kind of, I guess, are we doing that? As I talk about this, as I think about it, I'm like, God, am I going to commit to drawing the Wonder Woman movie costume? Or, I mean, is that what people want? Or do they want the kind of DC Comics look? I guess we've kind of already committed to a direction here by drawing the tiara this way. By the way, let's do the hair real quick. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find highlights, and you can kind of pencil those highlights in like so, okay? So we know that this is going to be highlighted. And let's see the shadow there, so we want to maybe have this right here be highlighted as well, and then this right here will be highlighted. So then we would just go in and we would color this stuff black, and we would leave this white. Okay, so we want to kind of leave white strands. Now you can go as detailed with this as you want. I love to draw hair, so when I am drawing for my comics, I will spend a lot of time working on this hair, but I'm just showing you very roughly the very basics, not rough, just basic, of what you need to bear in mind when you are rendering dark hair. And the same rules apply for dark hair on men as well. You find the highlight and work in the shadows. Okay. If I, and also as a penciler working with an inker, you can do stuff like this, and they're going to know what to do. They're going to go in there and have fun and clean it up and make it a lot more visually arresting. You don't need to worry about it too much. Unfortunately for me, I am both the penciler and the inker, so most of the time I have to do everything myself. I have to perform at peak. Okay, so you see there, we're gonna do the same thing here, up by the roots. Okay, and then we see this other highlight that we made there. We're gonna follow that. Mm-hmm. Get in there and make that pencil do the work. Alright, I mean basically there you go. I think the inker can see what we're going for here. I'll add a little shadow. Just a little in there. And you can go in and add more hair if you want. I find this to be kind of a loose bunching of strands of flowing hair. I would definitely go in and add more with a pen. Like that. Okay. Oh boy, now I gotta look at the costume. I have this picture of Wonder Woman, this movie poster where she's blocking a bullet with one wrist. That's just fine. I think I can see enough of her costume to work from that. She seems to have a strap going across her chest. Alright, well let's kind of just rough in the shape of her body. And I mean, you want to just go lightly here so that you can make final decisions later. Already I'm looking at where her shoulder is here and where I put these hairs, and I'm going, nope. Those create what's known as a tangent. And a tangent is when lines that serve different purposes tend to meet in a way that is visually unappealing. It creates a kind of a static effect. When I put the shoulder here, her bare shoulder, and then I actually had hairs that were following that same line, it created visual confusion. So we're going to get rid of those. And again, that's what the eraser is for. And we're going to put those hairs behind her shoulder. Now, thus creating a much more pleasing effect. Do you see? All right. Got our shoulder here. And we're going to draw her chest. Kind of rough it in. This is going to be covered up for the most part. She's going to have cleavage, but we just want to know where everything is. All right, over here. What do we do? We do the typical kind of superhero kind of stance. There's a little elbow. Oh, I gotta pull back a little bit. Let you guys see what's up. Can I do that? Oh, it's so complicated. All right. There we go. So we're going to have that. We're going to bring this line in and then out again. And we're going to start here. I think. Come down. There's her rib cage. And boom, like that. All right. And let's just get the arm. Well, I don't need to really do it too much yet, but is that gonna work? What do you think? I mean, maybe I could put her kind of her fist here, and yeah, okay, I'm gonna move it up to show you. All right, that way we know that her arm is gonna kind of come out like that. That would be better. All right. Very good, Diana. Now, what are we doing here? Like, what is this shape on her chest? This is a super complicated eagle. And I guess it looks a lot more realistic in terms of kind of maybe Greek architecture or art. That's fine. It's a pain in the neck to draw. I don't think I've done it yet. All right, so I make that kind of a shape there. Now this is her skin right here, and this is a kind of metal plate, so it's going to go over past her skin. It's going to rise up off of it like that. Have to think in 3 dimensions. Okay, and it looks like there is. Here's the W. I was wondering where that went. So let's see, we'll kind of sketch it in there. Yeah, that's great. There, and then this goes even past that, and I believe tucks down here. I can't really see from the reference that I'm looking at, but traditionally Wonder Woman's costume does this. All right. And it looks like she's got, oh my God, everything's a pain. Looks like she's got another kind of W shape here. And we want to keep it nice. Simple. Let's clean that up, clean that up. Very good. Okay, sorry, I had company. We're back. I know you felt no time lapse there, but I think an hour has gone by, at least. All right. It's always important to have visitors and let them come in and hang out. This was pretty cool. Dude came over, he was a guitarist, and we sat down and played Beatles songs on my piano, and he took one of my guitars. And it was fun. But back to work here. Let's draw Wonder Woman's bracelets. Like so. And I don't know. We're gonna simplify these just because I can't let these videos run too long. You guys get bored. All right. And we're gonna draw her little fist. And look at that. There's her thumb. And there are her knuckles. Obviously, we don't want to go too far with the size of her hand. And then we're going to come around here. And what's her belt look like? I swear to you, I shouldn't have even tried to draw the new costume, the movie costume. All right. Because I don't know it very well. So I'm learning with you guys. We're all learning this together. Okay. But it goes something like this. And up and over. And here's the W. And basically Wonder Woman has always either worn a W on her chest or an eagle. In the movie, it looks like they decided to split the difference and make a W that was also a stylized eagle. Very smart. Very, very smart. Okay. I mean, if you are a Wonder Woman fan like I am, trying to decide what your Wonder Woman drawing is going to be wearing is tough because she's had so many great costumes over the years. I am very fond of her Golden Age appearance. I like the kind of billowy skirt that she used to wear. I thought that was very classy, and I liked her hair up and pulled way back, and a little tiny tiara. I thought that was cool. All right, so these represent a reflective surface here that we want to do. Down here on our belt, we're going to complete this second W, like so. Yeah, I think I bought Wonder Woman #3 from 1942, I think. And I was reading it, and it was the coolest thing ever because Wonder Woman was all chained up. She had handcuffs on and all that stuff. And she freed herself not by breaking them like Superman did. She actually bit through them. It was the most hardcore thing I've ever seen. She used her teeth. It actually showed her biting through the chains. Now, that's a Wonder Woman. Right there. I mean, come on. She was like, chains sounds delicious. And bit right through them. And it was that point that I realized I was a lifelong Wonder Woman fan. And always would be. There's a great cover I mean, I think it's actually an opening splash page of Etta Candy spanking Wonder Woman over her knee. And I just thought these were different times. These were different times. I always hoped that nobody would ask me at a convention to redraw that panel and modernize it for the current age. Did I really hope that they wouldn't, or was I secretly hoping they would? I don't know. It might be nice. I drew a nice shot of Wonder Woman punching me in the face once. Yeah. I'll show that to you. Okay, so she's got her little tunic here. Now her tunic really should have stars on it. I don't know why it doesn't. It disturbs me that they would leave an important costume element off of her movie uniform. I'm gonna put him in. I don't care, guys. You can call me a rebel. I really think it needs stars. Yeah. Look how much better that looks. So much better. So much more wonderful. All right, let's see here. In her other arm, I think we need to have her holding her lasso. So we're going to draw a fist, like so. That's the general shape that we're going for. And we'll put her little thumb here with a beautiful manicured fingernail. Okay. And one finger, 2, 3, 4, all bunched up. And like so. And then we're going to, I'll just kind of bunch the lasso up here like that, like she's holding it. She's wrapped it around her hand a little bit, but also she's got it hanging. George Perez and other Wonder Woman artists of the past and present, I guess you would say. George Perez is still very actively drawing, and I think he would draw Wonder Woman if invited. It's his main character. Is Wonder Woman George Perez's main character, or would you think of like the Teen Titans? What do you think of when you think of George Perez? I always automatically think Wonder Woman. But, you know, he's done a lot of different work. But George Perez draws this kind of sparkly little effect around the lasso to show that it glows. And he did this in the days of four-color comic book coloring, which basically was, you know, Dr. Martin inks and no digital computer-enhanced coloring. So making something appear like it was glowing, you actually had to draw it in rather than let the colorist do it. So this effect was born, and that's just the way it was. I like it still. I don't know. Okay, everyone. Not too bad. Here's our completed Wonder Woman drawing. Yeah. Nice, right? That was fun. I hope you enjoyed drawing Wonder Woman with me, and please check out some of my other videos on drawing and the commentaries I've done for various of my books. And, you know, if you wouldn't mind, why not hit the subscribe button and support this channel? Your membership is free, and if you hit the bell, you'll also get alerts to new videos that I put up when I put them up. And do me a favor and tell a friend. Thank you very much for spending Was it an afternoon? Let's pretend you watched this in the afternoon. Thank you for spending an afternoon with me, Ethan Van Sciver, and Comic Artist Pro Secrets. See you again soon.